Everyone on the internet talks about how to become rich and wealthy, how to invest, how to go ahead and save money and all that kind of good stuff. But no one actually shares their personal life to show you how pretty much step by step you can get out of debt. And that's why in this video, I'm going to share with you guys how I was able to successfully get out of debt worth of $60,000. And with this methodology, you should be able to go ahead and pay off your car note, your credit cards, or even your personal loans, except your mortgage, so that you can 100% become debt-free and start investing for your future. And my name is Nick. I'm very, very passionate about finances. My team and I have been able to help hundreds upon hundreds of people to improve on their budgetings, their savings, and most importantly, to leverage the compounding interest strategies to be able to invest for their future. And if you're brand new to this channel, you're most welcome. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe and turn on that notification bell so that every time we upload a brand new video, you'll be the very first one to be notified. And having said all that, let's dive straight into our video. So step number one, you have to make sure that you don't get any brand new debt, whether it's a credit card, a personal loan, or even acquiring a brand new car. That is not acceptable, because this is going to become our foundation on how, or even onto which, that we're going to build for us to be able to become financially and debt-free. So now step number one, make sure that you don't get any brand new debt. If you can't afford it with cash, that little that you have, personally, I made that commitment. I made that sacrifice that if I can't afford it with the little that I had, I'm not going to accumulate any brand new debt. And I want to challenge you that if you are serious about this journey, you have to be able to make some sacrifices and do what we call delayed gratification. Just because you want it now doesn't mean that you should get it. You ought to sacrifice. You ought to have that character to delay and wait so that you can be able to cultivate that good and wonderful character that will help you to get out of debt. So number one, let's make sure that we don't acquire any new debt. Our step number two is mindset and income protection. Because with this, you should be able to have the mindset, the knowledge, the self-awareness that will give you the right mindset tools that will propel you out of debt, so that you can become not only financial, but equally debt-free. Because Henry Ford once said that if you think you can, you will. But if you think that you can't, you won't. So it's as simple as that. The belief system that you can get out of debt is very, very key, and it comes in so handy. So it's not enough to not only get new debt, but it should be equally aware, or even have the mindset of knowing that, hey, I'm in $60 or even $50 under, but with the right knowledge and skill sets, I know that I can do it, and I'm 100% sure that I will be able to do it. So step number three is to know your numbers. And by this, I mean the ability for you to be able to step by step have a list of all the debt that you have. If you have a debt of $20,000 or even $5,000, it doesn't matter, but you should be able to know how much debt that you have and what is the credit card that you have on that debt. If it's a personal note or even a car note, you have to have a detailed account of each and every debt that you have. And on the flip side, you should also be able to know the corresponding APR on how much APR that you have on each debt. So for me, I made sure that I had a spreadsheet onto which I broke it down step by step. Category number one was my credit cards with their corresponding interest rates. Category number two is any personal loan that I have. If you have any, please make sure that you include this in this category. And category number three is your car note. If you have one, just like I did, then you're good, right? But if you have more than one, you should be able to highlight all these so that when we are tackling or even paying these off, we know and we are tracking our numbers. But most importantly, you also have to decide which kind of methodology am I going to use to be able to pay off my debt. The first one, it can either be a snowball method, whereby you start paying off from the least to the highest, or using what we call the avalanche method. By this, you're able to pretty much tackle the one that has the high interest rates that you're able to pay off as soon as possible. Step number four is to use the snowball method. So what does this mean? With the snowball method, you're able to pay off your debt starting from the least to the highest. So it's as simple as that. You have to rank them in a way that you start from the least, then pay it off and knock that off. Use that as the motivation or even the fuel to pretty much go ahead and continuously pay off the smaller little debts until you clear off the bigger debts. And before you know it, you should be able to see yourself on the other side where you are 100% debt free. Is it easy? Of course not. But if you have the mindset that we talked about, the right knowledge, but even the know-how of knowing that, hey, I can do this and you should be able to do that. But if you think that avalanche method is good for you and you can employ it, it's pretty much also a good strategy that I encourage any of us that wants to check it out and let us know in the comment section below. So step number 5 is being able to build your emergency fund. Now that you've been able to use snowball method, of course, over time to pay off your debt, which is exactly what I did, I made sure that for me not to be able to go back in debt, I have to have some cushion, which is more or less my emergency fund, so that in case of anything, right, such as a tire replacement, or you don't have your job for some few months, right, you should be able to have that cushion of 3 up to 6 months of your living expenses. Because what this does, it gives you what we call a peace of mind. But the pro tip is to make sure that you put all this amount of money into a high yield savings account. Because what it does is that it will go ahead and grow and multiply for you passively from anywhere between 4 to 5%. And my additional tip is to make sure that you go ahead and now start investing aggressively. So when you pretty much made sure that you've not gotten any new debt, you've put your mindset right, you've went ahead and known your numbers, but most importantly, built your emergency fund. Now the time is to make sure that we invest aggressively in things like a Roth IRA, which is good and great, or you can leverage things like an HSA, which is a good account that has what you call the triple advantages. With all these in place, you should be working towards your financial, and you should be 100% debt free. And if you found value in this video, make sure to go ahead and check out my other video where I break down my top high savings account that you can use and leverage to be able to build your emergency fund. And having said all that, go ahead and let us know in the comment section below which one out of the 5 steps are you going to use. And having said all that, see you guys in my next video. Peace out.